Stewardship before promotion is one of the most unshakable laws of life. God, in his wisdom, never gives elevation to a person who has not yet proven that they can handle what is already in their hands. Many people pray for bigger platforms, greater opportunities, more influence, and more resources, but they ignore the principle that before God can trust you with much, he first watches how you manage the little. The truth is that increase does not begin with abundance. It begins with stewardship. You cannot skip the process of managing small responsibilities and expect to be trusted with greater ones. Every dreamer desires promotion, but not everyone qualifies for it. Not because God does not want to elevate them, but because elevation without preparation is destruction. Imagine placing a heavy crown on the head of a child who has not yet grown strong enough to carry it. The weight would crush them, not crown them. In the same way, when God withholds elevation, it is not punishment, but protection. He knows that if he gives you the blessing too soon, it might overwhelm you rather than empower you. Stewardship is the training ground that prepares you for the weight of promotion. We often underestimate the importance of small assignments, the job that feels beneath you, the season that feels hidden, the task that no one applauds. These are the very places where your faithfulness is tested. It is easy to be faithful when the stage is bright, when the applause is loud, when the reward is visible. But real stewardship is proven in obscurity, when no one is watching, when the applause is silent, and when the reward seems distant. That is where character is shaped, and character is always the prerequisite for elevation. Think about David tending sheep in the wilderness. To many, shepherding looked insignificant, but to God, it was training. While others saw a boy with sheep, God saw a king in the making. If David could not protect sheep from lions and bears, how could he protect a nation from giants and enemies? The sheepfold was his classroom, and his faithful stewardship of it positioned him for promotion to the throne. In the same way, what you are managing now may not look like much, but if you treat it with faithfulness, it becomes the evidence God uses to elevate you. Stewardship is not about the size of what you have, but the heart with which you handle it. Some people despise small beginnings, yet God delights in them. A little money faithfully managed proves you can handle more. A small business diligently cared for qualifies you for expansion. A small audience consistently served prepares you for greater influence. You may say, when I have more, I will be disciplined, I will be generous, I will be excellent, but the reality is that more does not change you. It magnifies you. If you are careless with little, you will be careless with much. If you are disciplined with little, you will be disciplined with much. Promotion is not about chance, it is about readiness. God watches not just your prayers, but your patterns. Are you faithful with your time, or do you waste it on distractions while asking for more opportunities? Are you faithful with your finances, or do you mismanage the little you have while praying for increase? Are you faithful in your relationships, or do you neglect the people in your life while asking for divine connections? Stewardship is a mirror that reveals whether your desire for more is matched by your ability to handle it. It is tempting to believe that promotion will fix your problems. People think that if they just had more money, their financial struggles would disappear. But money does not solve poor stewardship. It exposes it. Someone who cannot manage $100 wisely will not magically become disciplined with $10,000. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you cannot manage the health of your body now, greater responsibility will only add pressure. If you cannot manage your emotions now, elevation will only magnify your instability. Stewardship is not optional, it is the foundation. Every season of stewardship carries hidden tests. Sometimes the test is patience. Can you remain faithful when the results are slow? Sometimes the test is integrity. Will you do what is right when shortcuts look easier? Sometimes the test is excellence. Will you give your best even when no one notices? Sometimes the test is humility. Will you serve in obscurity without resenting those who seem further ahead? These tests are not meant to discourage you, but to prepare prepare you. God uses them to refine you, to stretch you, to shape you into the kind of person who can handle the weight of elevation without collapsing under it. There is a reason why some people rise quickly but fall just as quickly. They stepped into elevation without passing the test of stewardship. Their talent got them in the room, but their character could not keep them there. Elevation without stewardship is like building a skyscraper on sand. The foundation will crack under pressure. God is too wise to let that happen to you. That is why he will delay promotion until you have proven faithful with the little. Delay is not denial, it is preparation. In your journey, do not despise the season of little. It is not punishment, it is positioning. It is your opportunity to demonstrate diligence, excellence, and faithfulness. It is where you learn to maximize resources, to value people, to sharpen skills, to deepen faith. The very things you master in your season of little are the skills you will need when much is entrusted to you. If you skip this season, you will be unprepared for the next. Promotion always follows stewardship because stewardship proves trustworthiness. Think about a manager in a company. You don't promote an employee just because they ask. You promote them because they have demonstrated reliability in their current role. If they cannot handle small tasks, you know they cannot handle bigger ones. God operates the same way. He will not promote you just because you ask. He promotes you because you have proven faithful in what he already gave you. Winning in life requires mastering this principle because it applies universally. It applies to money, to relationships, to leadership, to ministry, to business. The one who is faithful with little will be faithful with much. The one who is careless with little will be careless with much. The key is not to wait for more to become faithful, but to become faithful now with what you have. That is what attracts more. When you steward well, you send a message to heaven and to earth that you are ready for increase. You show that you are not entitled but grateful. You prove that you do not despise what is in your hand, no matter how small it seems. Gratitude and diligence are magnets for increase. Complaining repels it. Many people delay their own promotion by complaining about the size of what they have instead of proving faithful with it. But when you shift from complaining to stewarding, the little in your hand multiplies and doors begin to open. Stewardship is also about vision. When you see the little as insignificant, you treat it carelessly. But when you see the little as a seed, you treat it with care and expectation. A seed may look small, but inside it is the potential of a forest. The way you water it, protect it, and nurture it determines whether the forest will ever grow. In the same way, the way you handle small beginnings determines whether you ever see big outcomes. The good news is that stewardship is not about perfection, it is about progression. You may not manage everything perfectly right away, but if you are willing to grow, willing to learn, willing to discipline yourself, you will qualify for more. God does not expect perfection, but he expects faithfulness. He expects you to do the best with what you have where you are. He expects you to grow the gift, to sharpen the skill, to manage the resources, to honor the relationships. When you do, he delights in promoting you because he knows you can handle it. Promotion is not just about reward, it is about responsibility. Many ask for elevation without realizing that more always comes with more weight. More influence means more pressure. More resources mean more accountability. More visibility means more scrutiny. If you cannot handle the pressure of little, you will crumble under the weight of much. Stewardship strengthens your capacity so that when promotion comes, you do not just survive it, but thrive in it. The question is not whether God wants to elevate you. The question is whether you have mastered the stewardship of what is already in your hands. Look around your life right now. How are you managing your time? How are you managing your relationships? How are you managing your finances? How are you managing your body, your mind, your calling? Each area is a test. Each area is an opportunity. Each area is evidence of whether you are ready for more. Stop asking for more while ignoring the little. Stop praying for promotion while neglecting the assignment right in front of you. The fastest way to your next level is to prove faithful at your current level. Stewardship opens doors that prayer alone alone cannot open. Stewardship attracts opportunities that waiting never will. When God sees that you honor what he has already given you, he can trust you with what he has yet to release. So in this season, embrace stewardship with all your heart. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not resent hidden seasons. Do not complain about little resources. Instead, manage them with excellence. Serve them with gratitude. Multiply them with diligence. And when you have mastered the stewardship of little, God will elevate you to much. Because elevation is not random. It is the fruit of proven faithfulness. It is the reward of stewardship. It is the evidence that you are ready to carry the weight of more. Character over comfort is one of the greatest lessons life and God will ever teach you. Many people dream of elevation, of stepping into influence, of being entrusted with greater blessings, but few realize that elevation is not about talent alone, not about opportunity alone, not even about prayer alone. It is about character. God is not simply looking for people who can perform. He is looking for people who can sustain. Skills may open the door, blessings may put something in your hands, but it is character that keeps you there. Without character, everything you gain will eventually collapse. Comfort is easy. Anyone can choose the path of least resistance, the road that feels good in the moment, the decision that makes life easier in the short term. But character is built in the moments when comfort is sacrificed for what is right, when discipline overrides desire, when integrity outweighs convenience. Comfort gives you temporary relief, but character gives you permanent promotion. Comfort satisfies your feelings, but character shapes your future. God never elevates someone simply because they asked. He elevates those who have proven that their heart, their integrity, and their discipline can carry the weight of the blessing. Blessings are heavy, influence is heavy, leadership is heavy. More responsibility always brings more pressure, more scrutiny, more resistance. If your character is weak, the very blessing you prayed for will break you. But if your character is strong, you will not only carry the blessing, you will multiply it. Think about it. Talent is impressive, but talent without discipline is wasted. Knowledge is powerful, but knowledge without integrity is dangerous. Opportunity is exciting, but opportunity without maturity is destructive. That is why God will often delay elevation until your character has caught up with your calling. He knows that premature promotion is a curse, not a blessing. He loves you too much to let your destiny be destroyed by your own immaturity. Character is not developed in comfort. It is developed in challenge. It is in the moments when you are tempted to cut corners, when no one is watching, when you have the chance to compromise. That is when your true character is revealed. The world may never know what you choose in those moments, but God always sees. And he promotes not based on what people see, but based on what he sees in the secret places of your life. Your private victories of integrity qualify you for public elevation. Consider Joseph in Egypt. He had the gift of interpreting dreams, he had favor, he had skills, but his real promotion came not because of his talent alone, but because of his character. When Potiphar's wife tempted him, he could have chosen comfort and pleasure. Instead, he chose integrity and righteousness, even though it cost him his freedom. That decision looked like a setback, but in reality, it was a setup. His character in that moment proved to God that he could handle the weight of the palace. Skills got Joseph noticed, but character got him promoted. Many people want to skip the refining process. They want blessings without discipline, elevation without sacrifice, influence without integrity. But shortcuts never lead to destiny. You may gain a platform without character, but you will not be able to sustain it. You may acquire wealth without discipline, but you will not be able to manage it. You may receive influence without integrity, but eventually it will crumble. Character is the foundation that everything else is built upon. Without it, elevation is temporary. With it, elevation is permanent. The truth is, character often feels costly. It requires you to say no when everyone else is saying yes. It requires you to work hard when others are taking shortcuts. It requires you to be honest when lying would benefit you. It requires you to stay disciplined when laziness feels easier. Comfort is attractive because it asks nothing of you. Character is demanding because it requires sacrifice. But it is that very sacrifice that prepares you for greatness. When you look at people who have sustained elevation, whether in leadership, in ministry, in business, in relationships, you will notice something. It was not just their skills that kept them there, it was their character. Skills can be learned quickly, but character is forged over time. Discipline is practiced daily. Integrity is proven through testing. Attitude is shaped through challenges. God promotes those who choose character over and over again, not just when it is easy, but when it is hard. Think about David again. He was anointed to be king long before he ever sat on the throne. He had the skill to fight giants, the anointing to lead, and the calling on his life. But before God placed him in the palace, he tested David's character. Twice David had the opportunity to kill Saul, his enemy who was trying to destroy him. Twice David chose restraint and integrity. He said, "I will not touch God's anointed." He chose character over comfort, patience over revenge, and integrity over opportunity. That restraint proved that he could be trusted with the throne. Elevation came not just because he was anointed, but because his character sustained his anointing. Character also protects you from pride. Elevation without character leads to arrogance, and arrogance always leads to a fall. But when your elevation is built on humility, on discipline, on integrity, you remain grounded. You remember that the blessing is not about you, but about God's purpose through you. Comfort whispers, "Do what feels good for you." Character declares, "Do what honors God even when it costs you." Another thing about character is that it is contagious. When you walk in integrity, when you lead with discipline, when your attitude is consistent, it inspires those around you to do the same. People may admire your skills, but they follow your character. They may applaud your talent, but they trust your integrity. That is why God elevates people of character, because he knows that their influence will multiply righteousness, not compromise. In today's culture, comfort is often glorified. We are taught to pursue what feels good, what makes life easier, what brings instant gratification. But comfort does not prepare you for destiny. Comfort lulls you into stagnation. Comfort kills discipline. Comfort weakens integrity. The very thing that feels good to you in the moment may be the very thing that delays your promotion. That is why God allows seasons of discomfort, not to punish you, but to build your character. He uses trials to teach patience, tests to reveal integrity, challenges to grow discipline. Discomfort is the training ground for destiny. If you are in a season where life feels hard, where the weight of responsibility feels heavy, where the road feels uncomfortable, remember this: God is not trying to break you. He is trying to build you. He is shaping your character for the elevation he has prepared for you. The very trials that frustrate you now may be the evidence that God is preparing to trust you with more. Do not run from the process. Embrace it. Choose character even when it is uncomfortable. Choose discipline even when it is inconvenient. Choose integrity even when it costs you. Those choices will not just shape your present, they will secure your future. The world may elevate people for their charisma, but God elevates people for their character. Charisma can attract a crowd, but only character can keep them. Charisma may impress people, but only character pleases God. Do not be deceived by the temptation to chase appearance over substance. Skills and blessings are important, but they are not the foundation. They are tools, but character is the structure that holds everything together. God will never give you a blessing that your character cannot sustain. If you have been praying for more and it has not come yet, perhaps it is because God is giving you time to build your character. He is giving you time to master your attitude, to sharpen your discipline, to strengthen your integrity. Because he knows that once the blessing comes, the weight will be heavy, and only a strong character can carry it. Elevation is not about how fast you get there, but how long you can stay there. Many rise quickly, but few remain. The difference is not their talent, but their character. That is why your greatest focus should not be on chasing blessings, but on building character. When your character is ready, the blessings will chase you. When your integrity is strong, opportunities will open. When your discipline is consistent, elevation will follow. You do not have to strive for it. It will come because God promotes those whose character proves they are ready. So if you want to be elevated, start with yourself. Master your attitude, because a bad attitude can destroy a good opportunity. Master your discipline, because inconsistency will sabotage potential. Master your integrity, because dishonesty will eventually be exposed. These are the things that prepare you for the weight of blessing. These are the things that prove you can be trusted. These are the things that separate those who rise and fall quickly from those who rise and remain. Never forget that true success is not about what you achieve, but about who you become. Comfort will tempt you to prioritize achievement at the expense of character, but character ensures that your achievements will not destroy you. Comfort seeks ease, character seeks endurance. Comfort fades, character lasts. Comfort makes you feel good for a moment, character makes you stand strong for a lifetime. And so the principle remains unshakable. God promotes those whose character can sustain the blessing. He is not impressed by your comfort. He is not moved by your shortcuts. He is not deceived by your talent. He is looking at your heart, at your integrity, at your discipline. That is what he weighs when deciding if you are ready for elevation. If your character can carry it, the blessing will come. If it cannot, he will wait until it can. So embrace the process. Choose character over comfort. Master your attitude. Guard your integrity. Strengthen your discipline. And when the time is right, God will elevate you. And when he does, you will not just rise, you will remain, because your character will sustain the weight of the blessing.